Hey everyone, I'm Melanie Marcus and welcome to Miss Nutritious Eats. In today's video, we'll be talking about bumping up the nutrition in baked ziti. This is such a classic dish. Everyone knows what it tastes like, so it's really hard to make major changes. But today I'm making it a little bit healthier by using 90% lean ground beef, lower fat cheeses, and adding a vegetable that won't feel out of place. While this version doesn't look wildly revised, making a bunch of small changes can really add to big results. And by a bunch, I'm making 3. With this recipe, I focused on reducing fat and adding vegetables for added nutrition. So let's talk about fat first. The small modification of lean ground beef instead of 85% lean ground beef can go a long way. And in grocery stores, you can even find an 80% lean ground beef and a 70% lean ground beef, which means that they're 20 and 30% fat respectively. So most commonly I see 85% lean ground beef, and I always kind of laugh to myself because I think this is so not lean, and it's giving the average person the impression that, hey, this is a lean beef. So 85% lean beef really isn't that great of an option. So today we're going to be using 90% lean. So this lean ground beef actually has less calories and total fat than regular ground turkey that you find in the grocery store. So using 90-10 beef saves us 80 calories, 11 grams of fat, and 5 grams of saturated fat per serving. And saturated fat is, one of those nutrients that you really want to try to limit and avoid if possible. So I love this swap. It keeps my husband happy. He gets beef, and I'm really happy because I know we're getting a lower fat option. Some stores carry even 93% and 93 and 97% lean ground beef, so those are really great options to look for as well. To remind you all, I know plant-forward trend is really popular. Lean beef actually is an excellent source of, or all beef is an excellent source of high-quality protein, which means that it has all of the essential amino acids that your body needs to build and repair muscle. It's also an excellent source of B12, which is important for giving us energy, zinc, which helps maintain immunity. I feel like everyone's talking about immunity now. Selenium, which helps protect cells from damage. And it's also a good source of iron, which helps the body use oxygen, and also choline, which helps support the nervous system, among others. So that's the beef. I also used lower fat cheeses. I did not use fat-free cheeses. We used part skim ricotta and part skim mozzarella cheese instead of their full fat counterparts, which shaves off additional calories and fat without eliminating all of the fat. So I wouldn't recommend using fat-free cheeses from the flavor perspective, unless you have some specific condition that would benefit from having a completely fat-free meal. Fat really provides a lot of flavor and texture, and in a baked ziti, I really feel like we need to maintain some of that. So with the cheeses, regular mozzarella for a 1 ounce serving has 80 calories, 6 grams of fat. We use part skim that has 70 calories and 5 grams of fat. So that shaves off some calories for sure. And going with the part skim ricotta also saves us 20 calories and 3 grams of fat per serving. Now with the vegetables. I'm adding mushrooms, and this adds tons of volume to our meat sauce. It also provides texture and a ton of flavor with very minimal calories. So mushrooms are a really great way to reduce calories and get a lot of nutrition. They're also a really good source of selenium, which is an antioxidant that helps protect the body from diseases, and it in a way fortifies the immune system. It basically helps activate our body's own antioxidant enzymes, and antioxidants are important, especially when we want to limit inflammation and fight disease. Okay, so let's start with an overview of the ingredients. You can find them all listed in the description below. Then you want to start with getting a good old pot of water boiling. You want your water at a rolling boil and well salted before you put your noodles in. And you want to just cook them until al dente. So they should still be firm to the touch. Then we'll be mixing up our cheeses, just get them open, combine them up really well. And then we'll be adding some seasoning and eggs to this too.
And we're just kind of making a cheese combination that we'll be adding and combining with our pasta mixture. And you do want to be sure to season with salt and pepper here as well.
So break up your noodles. You don't really want them hot. You want them kind of room temperature. Mix them up with the cheeses and set that aside. Then start cleaning your mushrooms. All you need is a clean towel, dish towel. Rub the dirt off of them. If anything looks funky, just cut it off. And then I took the easy way out and cut these up in my food processor. You could absolutely dice them on your own as well. Then get going with your garlic. This was fresh garlic from my aunt's garden, which we had dried and saved, and it just had such a great flavor. So these are getting sliced. You could do really thin slices or go ahead and dice it fully. I diced it. Here we're just adding in the garlic. Once that got browning, we put in our mushrooms. And here, there's a big volume of mushrooms. This is 1 pound that was chopped up. But very quickly over, kind of like a medium-high heat, it will kind of cook down and the mushrooms will release a lot of water. So you want them cooked pretty well before you season it. And then just add in your ground beef and get that cooked through really well. And look, like you really can't tell that the mushrooms are in there. So then you'll just add your tomato sauce and your diced tomatoes as well as your salt-free Italian seasoning and let that simmer. Once it's done, we'll just be reserving some to mix in with our cheese mixture for the pasta. And you want it kind of cool before you mix it in so that it doesn't go melting all of the cheese or cooking the egg. Now it's the easy part. We just layer it all up. Put half your pasta, half of your sauce, layer with cheese, do the rest of the pasta, the rest of the sauce, and then just top off with some cheese and parsley as well.
Then just cover and put in the fridge until you're ready to bake it. Preheat your oven to 350. Put your ziti in covered with foil for about 45 minutes and then remove that lid the last 10 minutes or so. And you can even pop the broiler on to make sure the cheese gets nice and brown. And that is it. You cannot tell the difference. If you like today's video, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, and then leave me a comment and let me know what kind of recipe you'd like to see next.